and welcome to Rainy Tuesdays. I'm here with Adam,
Hello.
Margot,
Hi.
and special guest Yoana.
Hi.
How are you guys all doing?
Pretty solid.
Pretty good. Yeah.
So is Yoana a special guest when she's been on the most out of any other special guest?
Yeah, I think Yoana's just our unofficial fourth member.
I think that's very special then,
That's true.
I'll still take the special guest title.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, what have you been up to, Yoana? It's been like a whole summer.
Yeah, did some traveling, visited my family in Bulgaria, which was nice to see them again after not seeing them for a while. And now we're back in Peoria, so...
Oh,
Fun
that's all
time.
Yeah.
Very different. Middle of Illinois compared to Europe.
Yeah, definitely a few differences, but...
Just a tad.
It doesn't smell like fish when you
One
walk
or two.
outside.
Yeah, that's definitely not the best thing about Peoria, but...
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
Fair.
I kind of missed it over the summer, to be honest, in like a weird, morbid way.
Mm-hmm.
To
No, I was literally texting you, because we were Snapchatting and you sent a picture and just on campus, and I was like, wow, missed that place. I feel like I shouldn't, because it's that place. But yeah, there's parts of it.
Adam, do you find yourself missing Peoria?
I wouldn't say Peoria, but I do miss our college. I very much enjoyed being there. So, and the people, which were great. But I don't miss the exterior location. It's not ideal.
Oh man, fair.
I like that everything's walkable at least. For the
On
most part.
campus.
Yeah,
On campus?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. I do hate the campuses that are way, way, way too big for their own good. Because then it's just well, what are you doing? How do you get to class? Why is residential living 4 miles away from the academic buildings? Because then it's not very residential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
U of I.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
I
I
have
was
to
gonna
take
say
a
I
bus
visited
to get to
visited
class,
University of Illinois. It's so
no.
bad. This is massive. This is a whole town, and it's a university.
I find it a lot with state schools in general that they do that, which is odd. But
I mean, when you have 40,000 kids,
yeah,
we're
I
gonna put
guess.
them.
Yeah.
What I do like about Peoria, though, is the amount of indie sort of restaurants and cafes, coffee shops. It's not just Starbucks and Dunkin' and Olive Garden. They actually have unique places, which I
Mhm.
do appreciate. A lot better than the suburbs.
That is true. There's also just tons and tons of art shops, whether it be for musicians or whether it be vintage stuff or actual small boutiques with one of a kind clothes or just different stuff like that. It's just really cool to go in and see all of the different things. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fun. Yeah. I realized I did it a lot more freshman year than I did it sophomore year, because I was this is brand new and exciting, and then I kind of felt like I'd seen it all, which I probably hadn't, but then also COVID, so it was fine.
It's not a very big town.
Nah. Yeah.
It's the
It was
size
cute.
of half of Wyoming. People-wise.
We've talked about Wyoming too many times tonight already, which I think is only 2, but still.
Too many.
Yeah.
The 3 people who reside in Wyoming are going to be pissed about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Or they'll be really excited if they heard their state mentioned.
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Could be. It was just that. That's fair. It's been a bit of a crazy week. Today, while we're recording this, it won't be when it comes out, but 2 days ago, as to when it came out, was Talk Like a Pirate Day. So
Oh.
happy Talk Like a Pirate Day, guys.
It's today is when we're recording it is, or
I think so.
Yar.
Yeah. Yarg.
Well, yar. We didn't prepare. We should have done a pirate themed episode.
You know, what better piracy than bad movies?
There's a good segue into our topic, but to stop that because we can't have good segues. A fun fact about International Talk Like a Pirate Day is it started as a complete joke and gained enough traction to be an international holiday.
How is that not every single holiday? Let's be real. Oh man. Yeah.
It says that it's also Wife Appreciation Day.
Appreciate your wives.
Yeah.
You could combine the two as well.
Or like you should have 2 days ago, if you're listening to this on the day it airs.
Appreciate your wives every day.
Like a
Appreciate your
pirate.
wives every day. And yeah, talk like a pirate every day. It's best to do both at once.
It's also Hermione Granger's birthday.
Today's a day, guys.
I had to look that up, but to make sure. But I knew it was on Talk Like a Pirate Day. So.
All right. Well, September 19th is just the day of days. Yeah. Fair. All right. Well, I'm going to go back into the segue.
You know what? Today, well, this day might be the day of days. It's not Bad Movie Day, but it can be. Go for it, Margot.
It's also not the day of segues either.
Oh man. Well, last time Yoana was on, I was trying to remember a movie that I really should have written down the name while thinking of like the start of this, but I didn't. I still don't know the name. It was a Disney Channel original movie where a girl jump roped and spelled words well. So
Oh, I remember that movie. I don't know the name.
it was a
of
good
it.
movie,
Is
right?
it like
No one
Jump
does.
In?
No,
Oh,
Jump In was a different movie that had Corbin Blue, and Keke Palmer. This one was a different movie, because this one was a little girl who trained with a strange
Aquila and the
man that
Bee.
she didn't know.
Mhm.
Aquila and the Bee. That's the one.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you. Yeah, good movie. But I was trying to describe it last time, and I didn't do a good job. And so then Yoana had the idea to make me do that for an episode. So I'm doing that for an episode. And we're going to see if you guys can guess the movies based on my poor descriptions of them. I tried to keep them short so that it wasn't me just like describing the entire plot of a movie until you guys cut in and said what it was. But yeah, some of these are going to be geared more towards one of you, like depending on it. Because I'm like, they would know this movie and the other two might not. But I think I did that at least once for each of you. So maybe it worked out.
An even split then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is the goal to see which one of us is gonna guess it first, or just if we can guess it in general?
I think we should collaborate. I think you guys should
Okay.
work together.
Teamwork.
Yeah. We're not about competition
It's a
here, apart from all the competitions we've had.
Like Survivor. We'll work together until we betray each other in the end.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
I've never seen Survivor.
That's exactly how it works.
Margo's never seen it either.
No,
I don't know what it is.
Oh man, way to call me on my bluff, Yoana. Okay. Alrighty. Trying not to do like the most obvious ones first. I want to split those up. Okay. Cancer patient discovers a love of violence and comedy.
These are all movies, right?
All movies. Yeah, we could do it with TV shows another time, but
That's my immediate thought was Breaking Bad, but
Yeah. But the comedy part doesn't really
right.
fit.
Okay, so violence and comedy seems like he would be, or she, or they would be like the protagonist, but like a villain, like the main character villain. is the vibe I'm getting.
Is this Venom? Are you trying to like insert a Venom mention here to get us to watch it since it just came out?
I would never. Also, it hasn't come out yet.
Really?
Oh,
It
it's
comes
not
out the
even
first
out.
week in
million ads about
October.
it.
Yeah. Well, because
Is
they
that
just
October?
so. Okay, side note, while you guys are thinking about the cancer patient, is so Venom, right? Crazy stuff about that. Is it was going to come out at the beginning of October, like the first movie did. But then they were like, shoot, Delta. And so they were like, let's push it back to the end of October and see if it gets a little better. But then Shang-Chi was like, we did actually really well in theaters. Thank you very much. And so then Venom was like, well, then we're pushing it back up. And so they just pushed it back up. So I think they're like hyping up the trailers right now because they changed their like release date like 3 times. So it's back at the beginning of October now. But it's also not October yet. So it's not out yet.
I swear I've seen an advertisement that's like, it's in theaters now. And I was
Mhm.
like, okay.
They might have said like in theaters only because I know that all of them say that.
That's possible.
Because that's like a big thing that they're like really mentioning. They're like, no one can see this unless they go to a theater, like very harshly in their trailers, which I thought was interesting. I was like, wow.
That's what they're doing for Nightmare Alley.
Oh, really? Interesting. No, it's not Venom though.
Well, I am stumped. I can't think of a movie where the main character has cancer.
Yeah.
I will say, it is a superhero movie, so you're right track.
It's Deadpool.
It's Deadpool.
I looked up movies about cancer patient, and the first one came up was Fault in Our Stars. And I was like, I don't think it's
I
that.
Oh,
thought that
no.
for a second. I was like, maybe.
There's not much violence in
I
that
don't remember
movie.
that one being that violent. Yeah.
They did make out in the Anne Frank Museum, which was a tough look for cancer patients, gotta say. Alrighty.
I will say for Deadpool, I don't think he discovers a love for violence in a comedy. I think he's pretty violent and comedic before his cancer.
Yeah.
He discovers a passion for it. Oh my god. Okay. Runaway criminal adopts a dog while trying to reunite with his childhood crush.
Hmm.
Interesting. I'm just trying to think of movies with dogs, and I'm
Yeah,
drawing a blank.
that's
I
the
might change
most.
my wording.
You can change it.
I'll change it a bit.
A runaway criminal with a dog? I don't know. That's the most identifying feature. Runaway criminal tries to reunite his crush is pretty generic.
Mm-hmm.
Dog.
Runaway criminal adopts a mutt while trying to reunite with his childhood crush. That was my change of wording. Kept it mostly the same.
Mutt.
Ooh,
What's-
adoption.
Okay. I feel like that doesn't change anything.
Feels like so he's on the road if he's a runaway.
Of sorts.
I don't know why that was.
Can we get another hint?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys talk about what it could be while I think of it.
Fair enough. A dog.
Is this like
Maybe
a kid's movie?
Mutt.
A mutt. My thought now is Star Wars. Because Han Solo is kind of like a runaway criminal, and Chewie could maybe be seen as a mutt if you're really stretching things and describing it badly, and he does have a crush on Leia, so...
But did they meet at childhood?
No.
There are wars in the galaxy.
Wait, is this Solo?
It's Solo.
Is Solo? I
He
thought I was
doesn't
completely
adopt
right then.
Chewbacca. Holy
He
cow,
adopts
that's...
Chewbacca.
Alright.
Oh man.
I understand
super
the
cheated.
point is poorly
I will-
described.
Yeah, I've got to fold it so you can't see the one that I haven't said yet, but I did title this bad movie description.
Okay, I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
I would hope for semi-accurate movie descriptions, though.
Are you telling me that's not semi-accurate? he like, you know.
You could have said adopts or like finds a creature.
Yeah, that's why I changed it to mutt instead of dog, because I was like, I guess that's not accurate. But alrighty. Man saves woman from drowning, and she talks about it for years.
Isn't there a movie called like Overboard or something that's that plot line?
The Shape of Water. I don't know. I've not seen The Shape of Water.
No, that was about like an Amazonian god creature.
Oh, okay. Don't they
That
like
was a
make
good
out
movie.
too?
Yeah, they do more than make out in that movie.
Oh, dang.
The scandalous.
Hmm.
A woman saved from drowning and then never shuts up about it. Interesting way of describing.
Religions have been started with this premise.
Oh man.
So far, Margot's picked movies that I've never seen. So at this,
I feel
point-
like this one's leaning more Yoana. Is my first hint.
Okay.
Probably means something I haven't seen then.
Can we get like a genre?
Can we get like an actor name?
That gives it away. The only ones I know.
What's the genre then?
I would say drama.
Okay. What are movies in which a woman drowns?
Is this a movie or TV show?
All
It's a
movies,
movie.
right?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I do want to do this with TV shows at some point. Because I feel like that'd be funny.
That helps. Okay.
Mhm.
Hmm.
I do have a hint.
Okay.
The woman has an affinity for jewelry. Thought that would do it. Damn.
I was thinking The Little Mermaid.
Oh.
For a sec, I thought
Oh,
H2O
Mermaid.
just had water, but I feel like
Oh.
Margot is picking such obscure movies. I was expecting Titanic or something in here.
Wait.
Wait, Titanic.
It's Titanic.
Wait, when does he save her? Oh.
At the end. She tells the whole story.
Oh.
84 years later. Oh, man. Yeah, I thought you would get that sooner.
I didn't. I don't think I got it. Titanic was definitely not my guess.
Adam, she has the locket, and then she like
Yeah.
throws in the ocean at the end.
Oh.
At the
Heart
end
of
of the
the
movie,
sea.
she goes, ah, and just tosses it. And then everyone's like,
I saw
ah.
Titanic. Well, I saw it until it started getting like incredibly depressing, and I was like, I don't want to watch all these people die. Why is this entertaining? Like the first half of the movie, great. They do their thing. He's a
They fall
little,
in
what's his
love.
name? Jack's a little like a rascal, and he's
Mhm.
being all, I don't know, steely, and they steal some stuff. But then the ship starts sinking, and like,
Mhm.
I don't know, and then because they do a lot of like they're trapped
Yeah.
under the water, and it's like this is not great, and I don't like watching it.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say I like how it gets really dramatic, but there's also like the part near the end where the guy jumps off and like hits the fan blade, like just spins
Yeah.
out. That's
Which
my
I'm sure
favorite
that
part.
happened a lot more than once. Like, you know, like
But
there's
also, he
gotta
could
be
like
multiple
jumped off
people that
another
did that.
side of it.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, he might have
Happened.
been. I don't know what you're talking about, but because I didn't watch the sad parts, but he might have been trying to commit suicide because it's better than dying in a hypothermia in the water.
I guess that's,
That's
true.
true.
Okay, hear me out. I feel like the whole Jack death could have been avoided if
Mhm.
they both took turns on that, or just
Yeah.
both
Yeah.
held on. Like, I feel like it could have been avoided.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There was a
I've also
Mythbusters
seen-
episode about it. They like if you took the raft or the like life preserver and put it under the door, both of them could have like sat on the door.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I've seen extensive documentation about how they both could have fit on that door.
I feel like they either both could have fit on the door or like, let's be real, there was so much rubble like around them that like I get why they wanted to stay together, right? But like you're telling me you couldn't like swim 4 feet and find a different like piece of wood to sit on, you know? Like he just didn't even look. Like they just stayed there together and he just died. Like
He could have
the whole
also
time.
just brought the wood back to her and still stayed together.
Totally, yeah. Man, fools, I tell ya. All right. Some kids hide in the closet and then come out of the closet.
Narnia.
Yeah.
Nailed it. Nice job.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I don't know if you guys have watched Narnia recently, but
I
it
want to
slaps.
rewatch it.
No.
I put it in here solely for the purpose to talk about Narnia because it's really good, guys.
I want to rewatch
Like-
the second movie. I think that was my favorite.
Ben Barnes?
Yeah, I'm down for Ben Barnes.
Absolutely. He's a cutie, but also it's
More
a
than
good
cutie.
movie. Yes. Yeah, I was talking about him the other day because I was like, it's shocking that, because like I feel like most like people have one like age where they look better than the other. Like he was obviously really young in Narnia, but then he was like old in Shadow and Bones, and it's like both ways he's like very, very, very attractive. And normally it's like one's clearly more attractive than the other, but it's not the case for him. It's just like both are like wildly attractive. So good for him. But yeah, also the Narnia is just really, really fun.
Mhm.
So that's that entire rant. Is that it's cool, it's exciting. I know it's a Christian allegory, but also like I know a lot of like Christian kids who like they couldn't watch Harry Potter, and so like Narnia was like the thing.
Mhm.
And I get it, and that's like not a bad life to lead.
Also,
Let's be
The
honest.
Hobbit and like Lord of the Rings, which are also in a way sort of Christian allegories. Like
Oh yeah,
that and C.S. Lewis's like Narnia are not technically allowed in some Christian schools.
that's true. Yeah, because some people were like thinking that Aslan was like blasphemous. Like, isn't that the whole thing where it's like it's too much of a Jesus thing that it's like rude? I don't know. I'm not Christian.
I don't know. Also, in my opinion,
I
like
don't
that and
think
Lord
it
of the
makes
Rings
sense.
aren't very good allegories for it either, because like the ring is like Jesus.
Sure. Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Let's see. Woman goes to extreme lengths to save her cat from trespassers.
Trespass.
For some reason, I thought Home Alone with trespass.
Yeah, I
but it's
also
not
put
that.
Home Alone, but there's not a cat, and it's not a woman who's the main character. It's an alternate universe version of Home Alone.
I feel like the word cat is a trick.
No, this time I was right.
Yeah, she did say dog for Chewbacca.
Mhm.
This time
like,
cat is accurate. Trespassers might be sus, but
Well, cat feels like it could be like a big cat, so like a lion.
Mm.
Like that's the tricky part, I think.
It's Narnia
Aladdin.
again. This is another Narnia
it's
one.
Narnia 2. Let's continue talking about it. First of all, the battle scene in the first movie, amazing. The CGI, incredible. And they do it in the middle of the day. And so for it to look that good
Oh,
and
yeah.
then not to hide under the cover of the night to like pretend like it's better CGI than it is, no. They were like, we have good CGI and we're proud of it. Anyway, back to the other one.
I think some movies with cats. I said Aladdin, but that's a tiger. And also, no one's really trespassing.
And she's not really trying to save the tiger at any point, I don't think. Man. Got a genre for us?
Horror action-y.
Interesting.
A horror movie?
About a woman and her cat.
Mm-hmm. Stand by that.
What if we make up titles and then maybe we're right?
Oh man.
It's,
Home Alone, but with a cat.
the movie is entitled Scaredy Cat.
I like
What a
that.
good
out of the
horror
bag.
movie title. Oh man.
It's like one of those stupid ones where they're like, say the name. There's a new movie by that guy who did Get Out. It's like, say the name a certain amount of times. Tired. But what if it's Scaredy Cat and you have to, if you like say Scaredy Cat, I don't know. Let's do
that like
7.
Scaredy
Because of 9, because of 9 lives of cats. And it's like,
Oh,
it's
okay.
gonna kill you. And it's gonna kill you 9 times or something. Like, oh, wait, ignore this game. Let's make up our own horror movie. I'm sitting here saying dumb things and coming to the realization that this isn't as dumb as I'm saying.
I really
If
like
there are
the
dumber
idea.
things that are actually made into movies, we can make money off of this.
Oh my god.
I really
Margot
like
and
that.
I already are working on a horror movie, but
Oh, a horror trilogy. Let's be clear.
oh yeah, we can't talk about it though. But it's, in
It's
the
confidential right now, but
Yeah.
just you wait.
works. We need to get the idea like patented because we don't want anyone to steal it. It's just too good.
Mm-hmm.
It's too good.
Good enough to be made into 3 movies.
Fun
Yeah.
fact: the second you write it down, it's copyrighted.
We haven't written it down. It's
Not
all
copyrighted.
No, it's all
Or
word.
if you write it down and then put in a copier, that's copyrighted.
Yep.
There we go.
Do you have
Oh
no
my
hint for
God.
us? Well, we've been.
Oh,
Good
sure.
balance.
I already kind of said this, but then I realized it made a good hint, so I'm going to stress it again. And if that's not good, then I'll say a different hint. But the trespassers are sus.
So perhaps they're not trespassers.
Oh.
That
Is this
wasn't what I
Among
thought would
Us?
happen. No, it's Among Us the movie. Okay, I'll come up with a different one. It's a house cat. It's not a big cat.
Okay. Well, my current theory was that it's a person named Cat,
Mhm.
but
Oh.
like a child or something. And I was gonna
Is-
okay immediately refuted
Is
that
it-
idea.
I feel like is the cat supposed to be special? Why do they want the cat? Is it
Is this-
Garfield?
Oh, they're not. No, it's not Garfield.
Is this Tom and Jerry?
No.
Oh, is it Aristocats?
No. Oh, I got so excited.
I thought I had.
They're on. Oh, this is just gonna give it away. Maybe I don't know. They're on a spaceship.
You picked
But
really
didn't give it
weird
away.
movies.
I thought this one was a classic. I tried to come up with a popular one.
A spaceship with a cat
Mm-hmm.
and trespassers and a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if the trespassers are aliens.
Interesting.
What a cat.
But I think the cat thing is, if the cat is not a major thing in the plot, I'm gonna be pissed off.
I literally can't think of a space movie that has a cat in
Is
it.
this Captain Marvel?
No,
Oh.
I would never do that.
I was gonna say space
I'm insulted
cat.
you would even ask.
I don't know.
But it's not a cat in the movie. They say it a lot of times. But it looks like a cat, but it's not a cat.
Mhm.
That's true. Yeah.
Any other
Man,
hints?
I'm
Can we get an actress name?
You've already said the title of the sequel in this whole
is
discussion.
it Alien?
It's Alien.
Oh.
You said aliens.
I
Yeah.
forgot about that. Yeah. I forgot about
The
that.
cat's a fairly
I've
big
never s-
role.
I've never seen Alien. Is there there's a cat in that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a cat in it. And she's like, oh, don't hurt it. That's not the whole point of the movie, but like that's a large point of the movie is that the
Okay.
cat keeps getting saved by her.
Huh.
All right. I'll go with a maybe easier one. Man who does VR starts a war.
Is it Ready,
Ready
Player,
Player
One?
One.
No. Oh my god, I didn't realize how that's
I've
that
never
could be
seen
that.
Ready Player One, but
It's so good. Everyone makes fun of Ready Player One, but I love both the book and the movie. I don't care what criticism. I'm sure it's valid, but it is so enjoyable.
wait, by starting a war, does he start a civil war?
I was
What?
gonna guess Wreck-It Ralph, but that does not feel right anymore.
It's not Wreck-It Ralph.
It's just the first thing that popped up.
That's fair.
I was thinking
Oh,
Captain
man.
America Civil War because
I would also never do that.
The best Marvel movie.
No,
barring
it's the worst.
Avengers movies. You
Margo,
gotta
are you a
rewatch it.
Marvel fan?
No.
Are you a Marvel fan?
It's not that I'm like not a Marvel fan. It's just that I'm not a Marvel fan.
She's not a Marvel fan. Don't let her fool you. We have to go to such lengths to convince her to watch the most basic stuff, and then she's like, eh.
Okay, I finally watched my second Marvel movie
What was
this
it?
weekend.
What was it?
It was the new one.
Shang-Chi?
That's the
Shang-Chi?
one. I
Oh.
forgot the name for a second.
What was the first one you saw?
Spider-Man when I was like in elementary school because the guy I liked was really into Spider-Man, so I watched it for
Oh.
him.
Good guy.
Nice.
Which Spider-Man? I assume Tobey Maguire, but like which one?
I feel like she's probably not
Not
gonna know.
Tobey Maguire's gotta be too early, right?
What was
There's
in
like
there?
6 of them.
It's the one where he goes like this and gets the lunch tray.
Good.
Is that all
So-
of them, or is that unique?
I feel
to
like
this
that's.
one?
I
Is that
don't
the
know
first
which one that is.
It's
That
it
might
can't-
be Tobey Maguire, but I feel like Tobey Maguire came out so long ago.
2002, the first one.
But if
was.
she saw it to impress a guy, was it in theaters or was it just like in general?
No, I like just watched it in general.
So then yeah, it's
yeah,
fine.
Yeah.
I think it was the first
There's a
one.
lunch tray scene in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Yeah,
So
but I think it's got to be like the first one though, because isn't he like already in college in the second one, and then he's like a little newsman in the third one?
I didn't see anything other than the first Tobey Maguire.
He's in high school in the one that I watched.
So then yeah, I'm betting it was just OG Spider-Man.
Probably.
Nice, love it.
Was there a lizard in it?
I don't think so.
Okay. Gotcha.
What an odd way to describe
I
that.
don't know. I was just trying to figure out because one of the villains is a lizard, one of them's a goblin, one of them's a dude with metal arms.
Sorry. Yeah.
There's gonna be like 8 of them in December in 20 years. 8 different Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, that's upsetting.
Upsetting. Spider-Man's
See,
my favorite
how are
Marvel
we
character.
supposed to keep up with all of that?
Yeah, it's just like they keep doing it, and it's like it's the same way. And I'll be even and fair. It's the same thing with Batman. Like they just keep doing it, and it's like there's other people.
That's true.
Try them. Yeah,
Mhm.
just for a little while.
Yeah.
Just for a little while.
I feel like Spider-Man, as much criticism as people give for constantly having new ones, I feel like it makes sense that like they had the Tobey Maguire movies, and then those are kind of old, so they tried to reboot it, but then they didn't do super well, and then the MCU was doing really well, so it's like, oh, we got to get our like flag, like this is the
Our
Marvel
guy.
character. We got to get
Yeah.
the Marvel character in the Marvel movies. So it
I
really
will
makes sense.
I will say that if you just didn't have the Andrew Garfield ones, then it wouldn't be nearly as upsetting because then it would just be like 2 different ones, like a long time apart, and so it would be fine. But it's like because you have those, it feels oversaturated, even though it's like not that oversaturated. And I think I've only seen the first Andrew Garfield one, and I never saw the second one, and I also don't remember the first one very well at all. So, you know,
Yeah.
Also, there's so many more Batman movies.
yeah,
There's
I know.
So many. Like there's like it's like James Bond where it's like, what Batman's better? And then you list like 8 actors, and it's like, and then people
Yeah.
complain about Spider-Man.
Okay, I have a question about that. Is each like new adaptation with a new actor a different like plot line to it, or is it just the exact same thing with
No.
a new actor?
It's different.
Yeah.
Well,
You have
it's
some-
the same character, I guess, but different
Yeah.
plot line, different villains, different.
You have some like overlap in the sense of like the way that the people that care for them die, and that's true of both Spider-Man and Batman. Like that's kind of repeated a lot, but they've stopped doing that in recent adaptations for both because that part was so overdone and it like started to become kind of memed where they were like, new Batman movie's coming out, get ready to watch his parents
His
get shot down
parents
in an
die.
alleyway. Like
Same thing
and
with
so it's like-
Spider-Man. Uncle Ben.
And so it's like they've stopped doing that stuff and started just trying to like start it after that, which is interesting.
Which I thought I saw something that Spider-Man in the Tom Holland ones didn't even mention his Uncle Ben, who is the like pivotal death character until the the zombie What If episode.
Yeah.
That was the first time it was ever mentioned in the MCU, which is bizarre.
hmm
That's like the pivotal moment for the character, and they never talk about it.
It's interesting too because in Civil War, one of the best Marvel movies, they
Mhm.
like introduce Spider-Man
Facts.
in 5 minutes, and they're like, "All right, here's the character,"
Yep.
which is different
That was
compared to it being a whole movie. So
horrible movie.
You gotta rewatch it. You gotta rewatch it. It's so good. But anyways, VR.
what was the
VR
question?
guy VR guy
A
starts
guy
war.
who does VR accidentally starts a war.
Hints.
Big.
Genre.
Big.
Big.
My favorite genre.
What's
What kind of movies you like? Big.
what's that movie like War Games or something with the tic-tac-toe? Is it that?
No.
Wait, Avatar?
Yes.
Um,
Yeah. I figured we have to talk about it every episode.
I was thinking, like, what would be defined as a big movie? It was like, oh, Avatar is a big movie because
Yeah.
it's long. I was like, wait, is it Avatar?
Yeah. I'm glad you understood what I meant by big. Oh, man. Okay, a photographer and an older woman fall in love.
Is this another drama?
Is this another
Yeah,
Spider-Man
this one's for
movie?
Yoana.
Oh.
Photographer and an older woman.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's Carol.
That's Carol. Yeah, it's a lesbian love story.
It is. With
yeah.
Kate Blanchett, Sarah Paulson, and Rooney Mara, which are all amazing actresses.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I've never
It's
seen
good.
this movie.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
It's
It'll make
very
you
fun.
cry.
It will make you stop. Yeah. It's a good one though. Alrighty. Single dad tries really hard to fix climate change.
Fix climate change? God, you threw that in.
Interesting. Single dad.
Interstellar?
No,
No.
but what a good
Ooh.
movie. Can we talk about Interstellar? Man, love that movie. That's all.
I'm gonna be honest, I did not watch the last 15 minutes of it.
It
Honestly,
doesn't make any sense, so you're
Yeah.
fine.
the books are moving.
The books. We
You
watched
find
it.
out
And
that he's moving them.
we watched that movie in my physics class, and it is very good. And but fully the last 15 minutes just make no sense.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sure there's a good hour-long review and explanation of it on YouTube that I just don't care enough to watch.
It's about
Absolutely.
Jesus.
Of course it is. Everything is.
I watched it in high school, and it was my boyfriend at the time's favorite movie, and he forced everyone in his life to watch it with him.
Mhm.
And this was when you're in high school and all your dates are at the mall, and
Right.
it's just it's a bad setup to be dating.
Mhm.
We watched it on his laptop in the library in a room that he rented. That's where
Oh,
we tried
no.
to have a romantic date and watch his favorite movie.
Why
Like-
not?
Oh my god.
I also
This seems like a weird setup. I
No,
feel like
I
there's
get
much
what you're
better ways
saying,
to
though.
watch
Yeah.
a movie than that.
I
I
remember
feel like that's
when Interstellar first came out, there was a lot of people being like, "Wow, this movie is so good," and it's like, yeah, it's good, but it's not so good. Like people wouldn't shut up about it.
it's the
It's
Christopher
kind of
Nolan
the
thing.
robot character is really great.
Yeah.
That's part of the movie.
Yeah.
But-
I remember seeing it, and so I personally like to sit in the back row of the theater, at the top and everything, because it's just a fun place to sit. And then also you can definitely see the whole screen, even if it's a wider one, and it's nice. But I remember I went with a family friend, and he was like, "Oh, we gotta sit." The divide in movie theaters. There's the little way you can walk across, and then there's the lower seats, and then the upper section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You made us sit at the bottom of the upper section, and I was like, "This is the worst one you could have
So just
chosen."
looking up the entire time.
Yeah, it's just my neck hurts.
I had to watch My Big Fat Greek Wedding too at the very base level one, and the last row, so my head was literally this the entire time,
Mhm.
and it was horrible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Same
I,
thing happened with Tangled for me.
I had
I
a front row
watched-
seat of Beauty and the Beast, the remake, with that, just in the very front row.
I watched
Okay.
the movie Sing like that, but I didn't have any problems with it. Kayla and I came in late and were like, "Oh, there's no seats. Forgot this was a kids movie. Sit in the front
Sure.
row for this Sing." And then it was like, "Oh, that's fine. We didn't have any problems neck wise or anything." I was shocked because I absolutely thought so. And then we were like, "Oh, this is not bad at all for some reason."
That's fair. I had that with Rise of Skywalker, except it wasn't even center in the very very front row. It was off to the left side.
Yeah, that's how they watched
I
Sing.
was just
Like way off to
yeah.
the I think right side,
Mhm.
pretty close to the front. And I was like, "This is going to be a horrible experience," and it was totally fine.
I do think it's easier on the sides than it is in the center and the front row,
Really?
because then you can kind of just angle yourself
Oh, yeah.
and see it a little better. Whereas with the center, you can't really push yourself back to one side or the other. You have to Just look
That's
up.
how I was.
Yeah. Same. Oh man. Yeah. Alrighty. But single dad, climate change.
Single dad climate
Wally's
change.
not a single dad.
Yeah, I keep thinking Wally I thought this for the cat one as well, and I was like, no, this makes sense.
I almost put
What?
Wally on this list, but I didn't.
What year is this movie?
Recent.
Okay.
Like-
Pre-COVID, but recent. I don't
Just trying
remember
to
the year.
think of climate change movies. Is the Lorax a single dad?
He kind of looks like one
Climate
with a
change.
mustache.
Yeah. Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
Any more descriptions or hints?
An actor, perhaps?
I don't know actors. That wouldn't be too obvious. He goes to extreme and unthinkable measures.
Interesting.
Unthinkable measures. Is this single dad? Then never mind. I was gonna say Kingsman, but no, I don't think that's that. I don't think he's a dad.
Is this Godzilla?
I was thinking of Take Shelter, but he's not a single dad.
I was gonna say the whole thing about why they brought back Godzilla is because apparently his radioactivity like makes trees grow to fight climate change. That was a big thing in the new movie.
Oh god.
But I don't know that he's a single dad.
Doesn't he have a kid?
Maybe.
Maybe he is a single dad. You know what? Maybe it is Godzilla.
It's not Godzilla.
What is the genre?
Action.
That makes sense. With fighting climate change.
Of course. The biggest fight there is.
I couldn't tell you. My only idea is there was like this really bad movie that had tons of CGI called like Geo Storm or something. And that's what I'm thinking of. I didn't see it, but I think they fight climate change or something. It's like an apocalypse movie.
It's not that, but there is a lot of CGI. If that helps with a modern action movie.
I remember
Not at all.
seeing a trailer for a movie called Hurricane Heist, and like
Interesting.
I was like, that's such a cool name for a movie. Like, what if you made a movie about you have to steal a hurricane? It doesn't make
Ooh, I
any
like it.
sense, but like,
There
wouldn't that be
was-
fun?
There was this old
Would be fun.
plot by like Leonardo da Vinci, I think, to steal a river, because there was, warring city-states in Italy, and they're like, this other city-state's kind of annoying. What if we steal the river that runs through it? And they had a whole plan to redirect the river so it stopped flowing through their city,
Mhm.
which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
They didn't do it, but because I think it would have cost a ton of money, but kind of fun.
That is interesting, and I feel like you could actually, by that definition, then steal a hurricane. Like, if you could come up with a technology to, like, redirect it and just be like, ooh,
Yeah.
we're putting it over there now.
What if we nuke hurricanes?
What is the new hurricanes?
Oh my god. Do you think that, like, when tornadoes were happening, when people first had weapons, do you think anyone, like, tried to shoot a tornado with like a bow and arrow or something, or like threw rocks at it or something? It was just like, get away from me, you monster. Because I think so.
Yeah.
So the Thracians used to have like similar gods like the Greeks. Like they had like a god similar to Zeus, which
Uh-huh.
like they associated with lightning. So, but unlike the Greeks, they didn't like worship him all the way to the end. But they were like pissed off. So whenever there'd be lightning, they would light arrows on fire and shoot them back into the sky.
I love that.
I like that.
That's exactly it. Yes. Oh man, we get along so well.
So you can't give us an actor?
Oh god.
Maybe an actor that was in something else.
Let me look up IMDb to figure out a good actor to give you.
I can't think of anything where they're fighting climate change.
Neither can I.
And a single dad.
And a single dad. Like I can think of a few climate change movies, but it's not a single dad, so I don't.
Can you give us a good description of the movie?
Oh,
Is
man,
it actually a single dad, or is it actually actually climate change? Like, what if he's fighting like, I don't know, tornado? Is the movie Tornado a single dad? Maybe that's climate change because there's climate in it. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's the one with baby Tom Holland? It's like a tsunami or something.
Margo gave us a weird look.
I don't know. I just didn't know Baby Tom Holland was
Oh.
anything other than Billy Elliot. No, that's all he
That
did.
Tom Holland was anything other than Spider-Man.
When Tom Holland was like 6, he acted in some movie that has a name. It's about like a tsunami or something. Which is, probably a just as good description as what Margo's given us for this movie.
Crazy. Karen Gillian.
Gillian's in this movie?
It's not Guardians of the Galaxy.
No.
It's not Jumanji. Wasn't she in Doctor Who? But that's
She
not a
was in
movie.
Doctor Who.
Yeah, that's a
It's
show.
not a movie. She did really well in Doctor Who.
Well, maybe my favorite companion.
That's fair.
I'm gonna be honest, I have no clue.
Yeah, I got nothing.
I am not sure.
Might call it.
I'm ready to call it too.
I'm ready.
Ryan,
Yeah, I'm ready to call it.
This was the very first one I thought of, and so I'm kind of happy that it's the one that's probably going to stump you the most. But Infinity War.
Infinity War?
I haven't seen it.
That is a terrible description.
It's not climate change
It is
that
not-
he's fighting.
By extension.
He's fighting against
Overpopulation.
overpopulation and resources. It's not really
Mhm.
climate change.
Mhm.
In a way, he's causing climate change.
Yeah,
Bad movie description.
As I said, it should be bad movie, not an accurate description.
Yeah. Just a single dad
Oh,
fighting
man.
against resource
Fighting
allocation.
climate
I
Oh,
think
man.
Godzilla
Climate
was the
change.
better answer.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so
probably.
too. Let's retroactively
Make it Godzilla.
delete what Margo just said. It was Godzilla, and we were right the whole time.
Oh man. Okay. Woman gives up her faith to be with her boss and flees the country with him and her kids. His kids. Sorry.
Wait, repeat that?
Woman gives up her faith to be with her boss and flees the country with him and his kids.
Does it have Jennifer Aniston in it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But what movie were you thinking of, Jennifer Aniston?
I'm thinking of that comedy. This is probably not a comedy where she is her boss is this dentist and she's his assistant, and to make his ex-wife jealous, she goes on vacation with him and their kids to another country. It feels
It's
like
not
you were
that.
describing that, but in a bad way.
Right. Well, it's that, but in a bad way.
The description could mean anything now that Thanos was apparently fighting climate change.
I think this one's more accurate. Like I said, that would have been my first one, which means it probably also wasn't as straightforward. Because as the list went on, I was just like, which created things like the Narnia one, which was immediately gone.
No, that was nice job, Yoana, on nailing that. I thought that was
That
a
was
really
good.
good description, like a bad description, and then
Right.
Yoana knew it instantly.
Exactly.
Thank you. Proudest moment right there.
That and Titanic too.
Yeah.
That one I really wasn't guessing.
Can we get a genre?
Historical fiction?
Fiction.
I didn't want to give the
Oh.
actual genre because that gives away too much. This is
Oh.
like kind of genre.
Historical so it's not based on a true story.
I mean, I'm sure it could have happened theoretically. You know,
Okay.
one of those movies.
What are some historical events?
What are some historical events?
That's where you start. Yeah.
Aren't both of you history?
What happened in history?
What are
Run through
reasons
the
to
list of everything that
flee?
happened.
The guessers are 2/3 history majors right now.
Okay.
I
I'll
just
stress
feel like-
one part. Oh,
No,
okay.
go for it.
I'm gonna stress the first sentence or first part of the first sentence, which was woman gives up her faith.
I was about to say about the faith thing. I feel like it's
Mhm.
a lie. Like we might think conventional modern day religions, and it's going to be some kind of like fantasy religion or something.
The hint is that that's an interesting thought, but you're wrong. It's modern day religion.
A modern day religion. That's less interesting.
Wait, what did you say, Margo?
I said that was a cool thought of his, but he was wrong, and it's a modern day religion.
Okay, I was gonna say maybe faith doesn't necessarily imply religion.
I was thinking maybe
does.
faith's a name.
Oh, that's good too.
You said the same thing with cat, and like that's interesting for next time, and I might incorporate that next time.
We're probably overthinking.
I wasn't
things.
thinking that hard when I made these.
So she's leaving to be with him and his kids.
Mm-hmm.
She gives up her religion, which is a conventional modern day religion,
Mm-hmm.
to do so.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a play on words.
Mm-mm.
And it's historical fiction, so it could have happened,
Mm-hmm.
but it didn't.
Not to my knowledge.
Can you give us a hint on what the religion is?
Christianity, Catholicism.
I was gonna say it had to be Christianity.
Yeah.
No one, as they're talking about Jesus shows, you cannot shut up about Christianity.
Okay, so a woman who abandons Catholicism.
Mhm. She was a nun.
Oh.
Oh, it's Sound of Music.
It's Sound of Music.
Oh.
I have
I
not
knew the
seen
nun
that.
thing was going to do it. You haven't seen it?
I have not.
Oh no, it's pretty good.
I literally
seen
put
it.
that on the list for you.
I've only
I was
ever
like,
seen
of
the
course Yoana's
musical.
seen it.
No,
Oh,
I
I've
feel
seen
like
it multiple times.
I've never seen the movie.
Wow.
I feel like the majority of movies that Margot has on the list I haven't seen, and these bad descriptions are gonna make me never actually see them.
The Sound of Music is
Okay.
very good.
Oh my
You could have
god.
put something with the
Uh,
Nazis in there.
It's got Julie Andrews in it, right?
yeah, she's the lead. Yeah.
I-
Okay.
And it is based on a true story.
It is?
Yeah, my
well, then
my
never
mom-
mind. Based
my
on a
mom
true
met-
story.
My mom met the youngest.
Are you serious?
Mhm.
That's really cool. Yeah. That's very fun. Not for them. It was a horrible life to lead in the
No,
moment.
but-
But cool history thing.
Yeah, a real thing that happened. I mean,
Fair.
mostly.
That's what I was saying with, like, I could see it happening, but I didn't know it was actually based on a true
Yeah.
story.
Real story, real people.
Fair. Yeah. Alrighty. Bored father ruins his family's much needed vacation.
Anything with Will Ferrell in it.
Or Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Or Adam Sandler, yeah. Like Grown Ups? I don't know.
That's what I
Yeah.
was gonna guess. Is it Grown Ups?
No.
Oh.
Can we get
Have you-
genre?
Have you seen Grown Ups?
No.
Me?
I
It's really bad.
Yeah.
It's good though. It's
I was-
bad in a good way.
I was thinking about it recently about like, oh, this is really bad. A lot of like, I don't know, not great themes in that movie.
Okay. I'm not gonna do a genre because I think that would give it away too easily.
If you say it's a comedy, that doesn't give it away.
Oh, unless it's not a comedy,
Oh,
that's why
yeah.
it would give it away.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm gonna stress it's a bored father, which might also give it away.
Father's made of wood.
Aha.
I think you're on to something there.
Bored father.
Could we say that Groot is a father to the Guardians when he's Guardians of the Galaxy?
And then they save climate change. Wait.
They save climate
They
change.
save climate change.
People are trying to stop climate change from happening. They're like, no, we'll save
Honestly,
it.
that's what the Avengers did. Thanos was just trying
He's
to
not fighting
stop
against climate change.
And they
Also-
were like, no, we need to put it back on track.
Couldn't you say that Guardians 2 is more about climate change?
You could say that.
He's got the planets on, or like the flowers on all the different planets,
Mhm.
changing the climate.
You absolutely could.
Yeah.
It takes place in winter.
Winter.
Oh, The Shining.
It's The Shining.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, that's why you would have
That
said
was-
horror and gave it away.
Yeah.
What a great movie, The Shining.
I never finished that one either.
Really?
Yeah, I've never
I
seen
don't
The
think you
Shining.
need to.
It's crazy.
No, it's fine.
I want
No
to
one
watch it.
knows what it's about, and every single you could like watch it with 10 different people, and 10 different people would come away with like 10 different things about what it's about.
That's true. I watched it in a film history class, and that exact thing happened. Is like
Mhm.
every single person was like, "Well, I think it's this." No, I'm pretty sure it means this, and like everyone had a different thing.
And everyone's all sort of right.
Yeah,
So
I think
yeah,
that
to
means
look
it's
at
a good. I'm not seeing The Shining. I'm not like jumping to defense, but I think that means it's a good movie if everyone can take something different away from it.
Mhm.
That's fair.
That's
Is
how
about
I feel about
yeah.
Mr. Nobody, which you guys should all watch.
What was it again?
Mr. Nobody.
Okay. What is that about? Give us a good movie description.
Oh, it's so hard. It starts off with this little boy and his like. There's a little bit of spoilers, but I'm only spoiling like, the first like 20 minutes, and it's like a
Okay.
2.5 hour long movie. So it's this little boy and his parents are getting a divorce, and he has to choose to go with his mom or his dad.
Sure.
And the whole movie revolves around like the paradox of choice, because like the little boy has an issue with like choosing, and he's like, if you don't choose, you're not making the wrong choice. But life is, but not choosing is also a choice. Anyway, so it's all about like all these different like alternate universes about how his life could turn out, and it has like a lot of chaos theory thrown in there.
Ooh,
It's just it's interesting.
that sounds
Nice.
cool.
I had to look it
Yeah.
up because I was thinking it was that like one movie called Nobody with like Bob Odenkirk, and he's like a hitman or something.
Yeah.
It came out this year. I was like, this doesn't sound like this, but it's got Jared Leto in it now, the Mr. Nobody.
You know,
Hmm.
Cool.
1994 Jared Leto, his prime.
Oh
Just
my
throwing
God.
that out there.
Okay, wait, real quick, what time are we at?
57 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just
Do you wanna
gonna
do
do
one more?
one more.
One
then.
more.
Yeah.
1994, Jared Leto is prime Jared Leto.
You disagree, Adam?
Extremely.
What, like my so-called life, Jared Leto?
That's what pulled out.
I feel judgment.
Okay.
You're free to have your own opinions. But this man does not look good.
What?
Oh my God. Now I desperately want to look it up, but I'm gonna wait. But okay. Okay. I'm trying to change this one slightly. Woman makes a deal to get closer to a man who kills her friends.
Little Mermaid.
I was
Yeah.
gonna get that as well.
We talked about Little Mermaid for a long time before we started recording, so.
Yeah, I was like trying to avoid using that one because we had talked about it before. And I tried to change it because I literally had like signs a deal with the devil in the description, which is a phrase that we like used before when we were talking about it. I was like,
I got it from Woman Makes a Deal.
Yeah.
woman makes a deal. Alrighty, well, that's been bad movie descriptions. At some point, we'll do TV shows, and I'll try to make them bad but accurate.
That's the goal.
And it'll be good. Yeah. Let's talk about what rained on our parades.
Hmm.
What rained on y'all's parades?
I have one. I
Okay.
had a pop quiz in one of my classes
No.
that I was not prepared for at all because I was asleep the class before that. Like,
Fair.
Happens.
yeah. So I kind of missed a little bit of the lecture, and definitely did not do the reading. So was very much caught off guard. I very much made up answers that I then found out had nothing to do with the actual quiz. So, but it's okay.
Yeah. It happens.
Yeah.
Oh man. I think I only ever had one pop quiz in like the entirety of my college career. Like they're much less common than I was made to believe.
I've definitely never had a pop quiz in my life that I can remember.
Really?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I was not expecting this pop quiz. Definitely popped.
It popped.
Pop off.
Ah. Oh my god. What rained on my parade? I had one like literally before the podcast. I was like, I'm gonna be so prepared, and then I forgot about it. It was probably the fact that my computer battery like died this week, which has been unfortunate and hard to deal with. But we're making it work. That's all you can do. That's it.
I can think of a good thing. I had to write a paper, and I was like,
Mhm.
I'm gonna go to the engineering building because there's lots of study spaces, and that was full.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna go to the library, and it was empty, and it was lovely.
Rare
I
that
got
it's
so much
empty.
work done. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like it's the new thing. Like no one goes there anymore. It's
Fair.
lovely.
It's a bad library. I want to make that clear. I don't think libraries should be made for STEM majors. No offense, Ryan. But like our school's library is like entirely made for STEM majors, and it's just not like cozy at all. Like it's just like it feels very like cold and unwelcoming, and I don't like it. I like classic libraries where you like feel like it's been there for a while. Yeah.
Well, Marco and we looked up like law school libraries and the
They're
aesthetic
gorgeous.
of that.
Ah, yeah.
Like little Hogwarts vibes.
Yeah, like that's beautiful.
What libraries are you looking up?
Yeah, I want to go to a library where the stairs change on me.
So fun. That'll be my next bad movie description. Stairs take kids to weird places. Oh man. But yeah.
What? This is in Iowa. Sorry, this is a side.
Did you look up
I
fun ones?
libraries, and this one is gorgeous, and it's in Iowa, which is shocking. But here we
Law
go.
school libraries can be like gorgeous.
This one isn't a law school though; it's for the state of Iowa.
Fair. Yeah. Libraries should be very pretty. And they should feel like very like welcoming and like fun, and it's like I could do a lot of learning here, but like our school's one, I'm always just like I can only do math here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The colors are very not welcoming.
it's like blue and green, which
It's,
is
like,
not our school
weird-
colors.
Yeah. Neon green.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just, it doesn't feel studious. That's not the feeling it evokes.
Yeah. Oh man. How about you, Adam?
I guess a quick one. The wall next to me is once again blank because the painting that I put up has fallen twice, which is irritating.
I didn't know you tried to put it up.
Really? we had a whole video call where it was sitting behind me.
Yeah,
where I was
I
like,
remember it.
yeah, okay. But we're beyond that. That's not important. Just annoying that this thing keeps falling, but that's short. I'm gonna end on a good thing, but maybe also
Okay.
a bad thing because animal abuse. But I saved this dog's life,
Oh, nice.
kind of. I was at a bar, and there was this kind of backyard thing, patio type area, and someone had a little puppy, which is really adorable, and they were letting this puppy wander around, and that puppy was about to eat a cigarette, and I stopped it from eating that cigarette. And number one, annoyingly, no one cared about this, and people were like laughing that the dog was about to eat a cigarette. And no one was like, "Oh, nice job for saving this dog's life." They're just like, "Why'd you make him not eat the cigarette?" I'm like, "Because it's a cigarette, and maybe the dog shouldn't
This
eat
dog's
that."
a smoker.
And
Oh my
after I stopped this dog from eating it, I was like, "Well, where's his owner? Nowhere to be found. What were they doing?" This dog was just wandering around. Lots of people. Not a
Did it have
great
a
area.
leash on or
Yeah.
anything? Like,
No,
was it a
Collar
stray dog?
or-
no. The owner. I saw the owner earlier that night. So
Oh,
the owner was there, but I think she had gone to maybe get a drink or something, and just a friend that was watching it was being careless or something. Because there was a group of people with the dog when there was people like actively watching it. So maybe that happened, but
yeah.
it was not great. And then I didn't know what to do with the dog because I was like, I don't know any of these people.
I'm
And
just
now I just
picturing you
have a
holding a small
puppy.
dog like this. Oh my gosh.
But I did feel good about preventing it from eating a cigarette, even if these
That is
bar goers were
Less caring.
annoyingly actively wanting it to eat a cigarette and thinking that's hilarious, which was
Yeah.
great.
People are interesting with dogs. I've been doing like the dog sitting thing, and I was walking it, and she's a very good dog, unless there's other dogs, and then she gets like way too excited, and she's like, "Oh, I gotta go meet them," but like she's a bigger dog, so that comes off as aggressive. And there was like a woman who was walking her dog, and it was like the dog that I was walking like started lunging for it, and I was like trying to pull her back, like she has a harness on and everything, but like she's a big dog, I can only do so much. And so like I can only like hold her still, I can't like pull her the other way or anything, I can just like prevent her from going the way she's going. And this woman just like didn't care, like she didn't try to like redirect her dog, which is what like most other people I had interacted with. She was just like walking her dog like directly past it, and I was like, I'm like struggling and like breaking a sweat trying to keep this dog still, like whoa, like she just did not care. And I was like, I mean, okay, like I'm glad it doesn't bother you. I would be afraid, but okay. Whole time. But alrighty, try to describe movies to your friends. Stop climate change just like Thanos tried to. Yeah.
Also, we never do this, but you can reach out to us on social media. We have an Instagram, we have a website,
yeah.
we are on YouTube. We never mention these things,
We have a
but they do
website,
exist.
which, like, I wanna
so
do
visit
things
us
with.
and talk to us. There's ways for you to message us there.
Yeah.
The link
Message us
should
on
be in the
Instagram.
description if they are.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They are. They always are.
Sweet. They're there. Check us out.
There's like a contact us thing on the website too, which like would be fun, and I want to do something with
Yeah.
at some point.
We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah. Especially if you're from Ireland.
Yeah. Best country.
Fair. Alrighty. Have a sunny Wednesday.
Bye.
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 Bye.